Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Masyarah. So my name is Muhammad Amir Akmal bin Omran.
And my name is Nur Inshira.
So today we would like to present our final year project 2, which is SnapQuest Virtual Reality Photography Learning Simulator.
So our project is actually an extra learning material for photography subject in Unikl MIT. So this SnapQuest provides an immersive and hands-on practice in learning photography about camera settings and also photography technique like composition. As this is an additional learning material, our aim is to enhance the engagement between the students and the lecturer and also to simplify the understanding of photography.
So for the problem statement, the first one is according to the Zan and Khairul Jamaluddin 2025, traditional photography education lack of the immersive feedback, which means usually student or beginner may only learn through online videos on the YouTube, on the social media, or just refer from the internet and also refer to the slide that provided by the lecturer. So next one is actually understanding the camera settings can be challenging without the access to the digital camera such as SLR by Kobayashi and Nagao 2023. So which means here actually camera gear actually expensive. So student may not afford to buy the camera and practice everywhere. And then lastly, the problem statement that we have actually the beginner face limited opportunity to explore the photography techniques to the real world environment, which means that student student cannot go anywhere roaming around to the city, to the studio or even to the forest to capture to practice their photography skills.
And before we start our project, our main objective is to identify what is the challenges among the student Unikl who learn the photography, and we get the survey right.
Yeah.
From the survey, almost 50% of the student lack of hands-on practice and also a little bit difficult in understanding about camera settings. So we decided to create this project, SnapQuest VR simulator, to teach them about the fundamental of photography. We will see the effectiveness, review the effectiveness, whether our project achieve to enhance their understanding or not. So our research objective and problem statement is based on our literature review that we have searched before, like Radianti et al. 2020. He stated that VR can improve engagement between students, suppressing text or lecture-based learning like slide or video, and also Makrensky et al. 2021 also state that VR can provide an immersive learning where students can interact in simulated world, giving them the feelings of being there, even without they need to risk anything or cost a lot of money in outside of the world.
Okay, for the case study comparison, we have researched 3 projects, which is the Fee Award Photography VR game and the JVR Photography. These both are great, but the main lack is that these both are the PC VR, which means it needs to run using the gaming PC or a laptop. And then these both only target a game, which is not a quiz-based or not in an education performance. And then lastly is the VR photo studio. This is the standalone, which is good. But the most important thing is that these applications are not movement freely, which means it needs to follow directly the direction given, and they cannot rotate the body using the controller. Just need to rotate in using the real life body like this. Okay. So for the research methodology, we have used the AD model, which is for the analysis. We identify the target audience, the hardware and the software requirement to build this VR, such as the 6 DOF, which means 6 degree of freedom interaction in VR. And then
to start with a VR project, we start with developing the 3D environment in the Blender software. We have 2 environments actually, studio environment and also outdoor environment. And then after we develop the 3D environment, we export them into the Unity to create the VR.
Okay, next for the development, we developed this SnapQuest mainly in Unity 6 and using the XR Interaction Toolkit for the grabbable system, for the interactive system in the VR. And then we also import all the 3D asset into the Unity. And then we go to the implementation where we implement this project as the APK because during the FYP1 we export it as a EXE, which is a Windows, which is a PC VR. And then we improvise, we improve the optimization, and then finally successfully to make it as a standalone APK VR apps. And then lastly, we evaluate the user satisfaction and the knowledge gained via the post-test survey, which is in the Unikl and MIT students.
Who learned photography subject before, and also we got 35 respondents.
Yeah,
right?
35 respondents. And then for what our project makes it different from the others. So actually, firstly, focus on the photography education, not just a game, not just a virtual. And next one, we use the quest-based learning to guide the beginners, where we have the exercise, we have the task, and we have the checkpoint for them to do, to complete. And lastly, the best part is that we provide the real-time camera settings simulation inside the studio and directly give them the feedback whether the picture taken is correct or not.
And then we go through the prototype. At the first picture, figure 2 is a spawn location where when students enter our VR, that is where they will see the environment, the first environment. And then figure 3 we have camera settings point where this point, student will learn about camera settings. We have what we call that?
Slider.
Slider where they can play around to see what's the function of aperture, what is the function of shutter speed, and also we provide an activity for them to try. Also, we provide video and text for them to learn more. And then we have figure 4, which is Polaroid dark room. Polaroid dark room is where students can move freely, right? They can touch the object there. They can see and review the photos that we have taken before. And lastly is figure 5, task simulation. Task simulation is in the environment too, which we teach them about photography technique, which is a composition where we have 4 composition: balance, framing, rule of third, and also simplicity. And then next is result and findings. So based on our survey that we have done before, Alhamdulillah, most students think that SnapQuest can replace the DSLR for beginner to learn. However, it's not 100% to replace the study material, but as the additional study material for them to engage in the learning photography and also to enhance their understanding. We also get a positive feedback. Most of the students also agreed that our VR simulation photography are very easy to visualize and they can enhance their understanding in camera settings. But also we have a positive feedback. There are some recommendations that we get also from them. First is to improve visual layout. So if we use VR for a longer time, we tend to get motion sickness easily, right? So by improving the visual layout, reduce excessive on-screen information or movement, we can reduce to minimize the motion sickness.
And then we also need to, as we know, VR actually is not a high-end device, so that VR always have the limitation. So that we need to, they recommend us to optimize the system performance for the smoother VR experience and the stable interaction. And lastly, there is some recommendation that we need to include in-quest camera settings inside the outdoor activities where we practice the composition rules. To conclude this project, this project VR actually connect the theory directly to the hands-on practice, which means we offering the simulation that enables enables the beginner to master the camera settings without without owning the physical gear. So that this immersive tool actually enhance both technical understanding and learner engagement.
And for our acknowledgement, obviously Unikl, because we're doing this project for photography subject in Unikl MIT, and also MetaQuest. So that's all from us.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you,
now
madam.
we move on to the demonstration video and also demonstration of the project.
So this is our promotional video.
Pump it up another level, like only you can do. Switch it up, hey, hey. Switch it up, switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up, switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up like. Hello, hello, about to be a good time. Pump it up another level. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, like only you can do. Switch it up, 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 switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up, switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up like, switch it up.
This is our merchandise. So for the merchandise, we have AC sticker here, and then we have microfiber cloth. We have USB pen drive. We also have packable hat, SD card casing, and also back camera.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Hi, this is the demonstration of our SnapQuest VR, which is our application, the photography learning simulator. This here actually this is where the player will be onboarding when the first pound when they run and when they play this application, which is we welcome them to the SnapQuest. Your journey into virtual reality photography starts here. Learn to master the camera settings in this interactive simulator. So here we include all the guidance, all the tutorial for them to actually understand how this application and how this controller works. So here we teach them how to move, how to teleport and jump, and then teleport, and then we teach them how to using the menu, which is using the trigger on the controller, grabbing the object, and then we just show them lesson overview, which is we learn about the camera settings, ISO, aperture, and shutter speed, and then finish. So this is our gallery hall where if you madam wondering why it is empty, because this is where the gallery hall will be display all the picture that have been taken from the environment 2, which is the next stage. Then I will try to move here like this, and then we can teleport as usual. And now this is where our SnapQuest starts, where this is a studio environment where player can play around with the camera settings to see the different indirectly and see the feedback. So here actually we have the panel, the slider, where player can slide all the settings to see the difference, and also we have the button to capture the image like that. And then we have the exercise where we show 3 task exercise that they need to do in order to understand a bit about the camera settings work. So let's say that I do the first exercise, which is the balance shot. Set the ISO and follow this instruction, and then when I follow it, okay, then you can zoom in, zoom out, everything works perfectly. Okay, so now I will try to snap, and then it will be displayed there at these 3 gallery and these 3 frames. Like that. So let's say if it is correct, then it will turn green on the tick box. Next is that height noise, which is we set the ISO into 3200, aperture of 8, and the shutter speed is 500. And then I try to zoom in. There we go. You can see the difference, which is this is have the noise, and this one is doesn't have much noise. So, and then lastly, we have the third exercise, which is a bokeh, which is the aperture. So we set the ISO to 100, we set f to 1.8, and lastly, we set the shutter speed as a 250. So there we go. As madam can see, it is have the difference here that you can see the background is blurry. Only the subject in the front will be have the more focus than the background. So when we snap the picture, ta-da! We showcase that. And then we also have some lecture video where we include this inside
Today
the
I'm going
TV.
to show you a 3
They can play, pause, they can slide.
Opening, press a plate.
Don't forget that we also have some like a hand menu where player can interact with this, and then they can increase or decrease the volume and also exit the application. Next is that the best thing is that if they can see this is the object, we can actually change based on that. Pick your item to shoot. So we can grab this, we can just put it here. We can choose these other two items. Let's say I choose this transformers. There we go. So now I will be putting here. So we have the socket where the player can place the object directly and in the lock position, in the correct position lah. So let's say I try to capture this. Then it can display here on the frames. So we can change the other item also, like this pasu. Okay. Now I will try to put it. There you go. Okay. Ta-da! Next is that we call it as a dark room or a red room, where player can, as we state here, need a closer look, grab them. These props are here for you to inspect, to toss around and take a closer look. Firstly, we have some 3D model of the older camera like a 1912, like this Rolleiflex 1929. Tada, we can toss it, and much more lah. This is the DSLR camera and others. This is also where we display the Polaroid, that our own result from the photography subject. There you go. Then we can put it back. We can see some sample here. You can see some sample here and more and much more lah. Next, let's go to the environment to the outdoor world. Grab the handle to exit. So first, when we grab the handle, it will be directly teleport to the checkpoint, to the environment tool. So this is we have the welcome menu where player we welcome them, and what is the goal for this environment. So this is actually to explore this environment and master the art of composition. There are 4 composition checkpoints hidden around area. So feel free to walk around, explore the scenery and snap us a picture as you like. When we press the continue button, we will provide them how to take a photo. Actually, we need to grab the camera, how to adjusting your lens, which is how to zoom in and zoom out the camera, like that. And then we also show them we can gallery views where player can see the result photo directly here. So let's start, and this is the learning outcome for this environment. Okay, so let's grab it. Ta-da! So if we unhold it, it will not go down to make the player easier for them to actually interact with this game. And then every checkpoint will be having this both two, which is the lecture about the composition itself, which is firstly is the rule of thirds, and also this is a checkpoint 1, which is mean that imagine your screen is divided into 9 squares. Place your subject where the line cross. So this is what the rule of third is. Then when we press the continue, we also provide them a guidance video where player can just follow this and see how to actually complete this first checkpoint. So let me grab it. Find the pink bird, okay, and then use your grid line to align the bird. So as madam can see, if we try to use like this, we just stay at the white line. But if I direct I hover this camera into the correct object, into the correct what we call it, the bird, so it will turn green, which means it gives the instant feedback where this is actually the correct angle for them to snap. So when I snap, it will hear the click, and then the tick box will turn green. So finish, and also we can see the picture directly here. Okay, now let's move on. So let's say if I took a picture randomly like this, does it will show at the gallery views? Of course. There we go. So next we move on to the checkpoint 2. There we go. Now we move on to the checkpoint 2, which is a balance. So now let's complete this. Follow the video given and just balance the photos. There you go. Same, will be turned green, which indicates that this checkpoint is finished. Now here we go. So player can also just freely snap some picture like this, or want to explore like this. So anywhere they can take a picture. So like this bird, like this cat, right? This small cute little cat. There you go. And next is the checkpoint 3, which is a framing. We also provide what is framing actually, and then we provide them the checkpoint places, and this is where the framing is. Now we follow the mission as usual. Use your left trigger X and Y to zoom, which means we need to zoom in, zoom out. So it is the same for all, where we have the indicated line for them to actually see which one is the correct angle for them to shoot. So like this, if I would like to zoom in, if I snap, it doesn't turn green. But when I try to zoom out and follow what exactly in the video, ta-da, it will show the green lines, which indicate it is correct. So when I snap, ta-da, it will turn green. So let's go around for the final checkpoint. This is where we have the by the way, this is the checkpoint 3 where we continue from the final year project 1. And then these are the final checkpoint where it shows like a city vibe, like that. So then I walk around, we can take some random picture here. Ta-da! And then same, we also have some lecture for them what is actually a simplicity, and the last checkpoint. So when we press continue, so as usual, it will show the video guidance, which is point the camera directly at the mask, which is this point is explaining about the simplicity. So when I grab it, I try to zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, snap, and we turn green. It is also, we showed it here. So now press finish, and then season complete. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the outdoor photography module. You have mastered 4 essential pillars of photographic composition: row of thirds, balance, framing, and simplicity. So to go back below to return the studio room and review your capture photo. So when we press the trigger button, it will go to the studio room, and there you go. This is the picture that I have taken correctly from the checkpoint. So this is the checkpoint 1, these are the checkpoint 2 balance, these are the result from the framing, and then these are the result for simplicity, and then the other 2 is just a random picture where you freely walk around, right? There you go. Now I think that's all from us. This is our SnapQuest, a virtual reality photography learning simulator. Thank you.